But also to throw more gasoline. Fuck it, let's just go ham. Let's just go for
So
it.
much for not overdoing it.
Oh, my.
Philly sports was a full drama. There's more. There's more drama.
But wait, there's more.
A new car.
New car. This morning, Mr. Josh Huff, while on his way to work, crossing over the Walt Whitman Bridge, gets pulled over by New Jersey cops with a firearm loaded.
Hollow tips, son. Hollow
point.
tips. Hollow tips.
Keeping it 100, keeping it gangsta. What are we to make of this? Now that we're on the wide receiver.
Retard alert.
Oh, boy. I can't wait to hear the takes on this one. A, what happens to Josh Huff now? B, what do we do with this receiving group?
Huff, huff, give. That's what you do. That's what you do. But,
Huff, Huff,
I mean,
pass.
it's going to kill you. I mean, like him or not, right? Or we can critique the group or not. He gave you a ton on special teams. He just did. And he was probably one of the most dangerous with the ball. And this isn't saying much, but of the group that they have with the ball in his hands, probably the most dangerous option they had from the wide receiver position. I don't know. I would think the Eagles have to suspend him. He's not going to be suspended I mean, he ain't going to see trial till February, right? This thing drags out. We know
after
that.
the season.
So whether it's the Eagles or the NFL, I would tend to think it's going to be the Eagles that would levy down some suspension. It is what it is, and you're going to get an opportunity. You want to see Paul Turner? You might. You want to see Treggs? You might. There's going to be a spot open at some point over the next couple weeks, and you get next man up. That's what it's got to be.
Like legally, I'm no lawyer, all right? But I have a family deeply rooted in New Jersey police officers, all right? My father was one, my brother was one. It's not good. The state, if this was on the Philadelphia side of the bridge, we'd be having a completely different conversation and probably just going to get a slap on the wrist. But this is New Jersey we're talking about here, where if you're licensed in one state, it doesn't carry over to PA. Hollow points? Listen, again, I'm not
Where you
a lawyer.
hanging out, bruh?
Yeah, hollow points, my understanding is it's a charge for every bullet you got in your car.
is.
Not to mention the weed. You're decriminalized in Philadelphia. You didn't make it that far, bruh. You're still in Jersey. Jersey don't F around when it comes to guns and weed.
You couldn't just wait till you crossed the bridge?
And
You couldn't wait till he got home. You couldn't wait till he got
No,
home.
it's not till he got home. He was going to work, wasn't he?
He's going to
He's going
work.
to work.
Couldn't
So
wait
just
till
cross the
after?
bridge, then hit it.
After?
Look, it's film study day, all
Yeah,
right? Maybe
I
he
don't
got
care.
bored and he
I don't
wanted
care
to
if
really
it's
get in
film
deep
study.
into this route, right? He really wanted to see the route tree take shape on film in front of him. So maybe he was trying to get a little lifted. I get it. But I'm just saying, knowing what we know, dog, can you just cross the bridge, please?
Can you put nitrous in your car so you
Please.
can outrun the cops at least and get away? I mean,
not on the bridge. And we were talking about it before the show. You know, I live in Jersey now. I used to live in Philadelphia. I have to make that commute an awful lot. There is a legal fire trap going over a bridge. Because if you get chased in Jersey and cross over to PA, or you start getting chased in PA and cross over to Jersey, I don't know how far he got, but now you're crossing state lines.
It's not good.
isn't that where Okafor got pulled over? Oh, Ben Franklin. Yeah.
Either way,
Stop
crossing
crossing bridges, dudes.
And-
if you're an athlete in
and-
Philadelphia, stop crossing bridges.
And legally, Jason's right. This isn't going to go to trial. Nothing's going to happen until next offseason. It is now upon the NFL and or the Eagles, and I would encourage the Eagles to take action before the NFL does, just because
I
you know the
completely
NFL is going to
agree.
come
Yes.
harder.
Yes.
Gail,
I mean, a lot of these players have. I mean, these NFL teams have security teams that pick you up and drop you off to places.
Dumb.
And it's like this kind of stuff happens. It's like, dude, call the security team. You have them pick you up, drop you off. If you're going to somewhere that unsafe, you shouldn't be there, bruh.
First of all, I don't want to gloss over the fact that you just said the NFL is going to come harder. But I want to read what
Well, dildo did get thrown on the field. I'm just
and
saying.
speaking of the dildo getting thrown on the field, if only we'd thrown a bunch of dildos at Santa Claus, maybe everyone would have got
Oh,
a laugh
yeah,
at
no,
him.
yeah.
That would've been
exactly.
funny.
But no, the snowballs in
They're
1960.
pegging Jimmy Johnson with dildos. That's great. No.
Bills fans are on another level, by the way.
Ain't that
They
the
are,
truth? Here's
yeah.
the thing. If I go out to a bar, for example, right, and maybe I have a drink, right, it's just a drink, and I'm completely within the limit to drive home. Even then, I am pegged at 55. I am pegged at 55 just in case. I don't want any nonsense going on. I'm going to be a little extra careful. Don't want to deal with it. So when you have weed in the whip and you have a 9 in the car and you happen to be accompanying that 9 with some hollow points, is it too much to ask to go the damn speed limit, please? Can you put it in cruise control? Roll the blunt on your lap. Just put it in cruise control. Whatever you have to do. For him, none of this goes down if he's not caught speeding. So the very basic element of it is you have XYZ in a car and you're going to speed too?
And smoke's rolling out.
Apparently, it was
are
under
you?
15 miles an hour, too.
I don't care.
But shit. Man,
You're driving
I
around.
do that a lot. I can't deny that either.
I don't know what Josh Huff drives, all right? But I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say it's a nice sports car, probably tinted windows.
Oh, yeah, he got written up for tinted windows, too.
Oh, you're going to get rid up for
He got a
everything.
ticket for
We
that,
talked
too.
about the justifiable causes for searching a vehicle. Listen, if I know anything about police, and I do, it's that justifiable causes. We can go right down the checklist. The lawyer don't like that one. We're just going to go to the next one. You don't like that one. We're going to start chucking justifiable causes at you until you give up. All right. The fact of the matter is, this is not going to only haunt him now. This is going to haunt the team. But the NFL drug testing policy, all right, is a 2-month open window. It might even be 4 weeks in the offseason. In other words, the way the NFL drug testing policy gets rolled down is that they let the league know, the agents know, hey, listen, we're going to be testing from this date to this date. It's basically a heads up. Like, look, you got to stay clean from X to Y.
Right.
That's why I'll never understand a Josh Gordon incident or his problem because, dude, all you got to do is stay sober for like 4 weeks and you're good. Once you get tested for positive once, you are then allowed to be tested at any given moment during the season. I don't know what kind of implications this has as far as how often he's able to get tested, but if you're going to work and you're smoking the reefer and smoking the reefer and littering and smoking the reefer, now you open yourself up to be drug tested pretty much at any point in time.
But when he was 20, he got pulled over. He had a DUI when he was 20. I mean, this has happened before with him. So I mean, it's something it's disappointing, man.
It's happened before, right? And along those lines, this is not the first time that we've had incident in Philadelphia this year alone. I mean, you can look at Bradham had an incident not once, but twice. Now you've got Huff with an incident. Both guys were involving guns. Huff was on his way to work. We'll leave Lane Johnson out of it because that had nothing to do with illegal drugs. It was just illegal NFL stuff. But I start to look at it and I'm saying, okay, well, wait a minute. If this dude, if you see Bradham get in trouble, questionable activity not once but twice, and then you have Huff get into this nonsense, and we're not even halfway through the season yet, and he was heading to work. I mean, what does that say? I don't mean to say this, but what does that say about Peterson?
What does that say about the structure of the organization, the discipline
You're
within
going
the
to
organization?
work, and you're not even afraid of your coaches? You're not even curious that your coaches are going to realize that you're lit at work?
And you never see this happen when Chip Kelly was here. I hate to mention it, but you never see this happen when Chip Kelly was here. This is Doug Peterson's first year. And we're seeing, I think, way more times than what had to happen when Chip Kelly was here, right?
We're not that far removed from just cutting Deshaun Jackson for being out late, right? For living that life, for partying a little too hard. You never heard about him crossing a goddamn bridge with a gun and pot.
Right.
So
but I mean, again, and we can today, and I usually do flip flop because I play devil's advocate against people. I play devil's advocate against myself as well. I'm guilty of saying, along the lines over the years, I don't want cookie cutters all the time. I don't want the good soldier all the time. I get it that from an overall team and culture perspective, it matters, and you've got to have those good guys and those leaders. But every once in a while, give me that guy that roughs up the edges. How do you think Dallas got Des Bryant? Because he wasn't an angel when he was playing for Oklahoma State.
Right.
So he slipped down, and Dallas said, yeah, you know what, give me that dude that's rough around the edges. Why? Because he can play football. Now, it would help if Josh Huff was a baller. Right? He's not.
Nope.
He's not. But just to my overall point that sometimes I want a badass, sometimes I want a guy that doesn't have angel wings because he's a football player.
Going back to what Nelson Aguilar said, if it's all about winning, if it's all about the W, and it's all about the team effort, what does that say about Josh Huff?